Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Stealing from the Greats, a daily segment where I break down the best subscription signups out there so we can learn what do's and don'ts we can implement on our own subscription sites. Now, today I'm looking at Death Wish Coffee, which is built on Shopify using order group subscriptions. And as always, I'll be looking at three big elements of a good subscription sign-up, which is the brand drivers, the product drivers, and the trust drivers, or subscription drivers. We're still playing around with a couple of these criteria, but generally speaking, those are the three things we're looking at. Now, this particular instance for Death Wish is going to be very interesting because they have two ways to signing up for their subscription. One is the dedicated subscription sign-up flow, which is basically done here through the subscription button and on their nav, and it's the very, very first button, and through just a regular product purchasing flow, which is an upsell. So we can weigh out some pros and cons of setting up a dedicated subscription purchase flow versus an upsell on a product. Now, I'm going to minimize myself here. Nobody really needs to see my face that bad. So first of all, we're going to take a look at their homepage banner and brand positioning. Now, First Sip Fireworks. I really kind of really like that. It tells you a little bit about the flavorfulness of their brand. It's clear, it's to the point. I do wish it was a little more targeted to a specific audience. Again, a good positioning statement covers who you for and what you do and who you are for. The subtext under this First Sip Fireworks, don't forget to brew your own bold for first sip feeling as jaw-dropping as the grand finale. A little unclear about that, but again, kind of focusing around the boldness of the flavor and that it kind of sticks through and through. Although it's not like, it kind of falls flat because it's not like you drink coffee and it just gets progressively worse. So it's either a good cup of coffee or it isn't, or maybe that's just me. I do really like the First Sip Fireworks, though. So that's that. Once we keep scrolling down, so that's the brand and brand benefit here, is that we make bold, tasty coffee. Next piece is we want to talk about brand, product, and trust, or brand, product, and subscription. So rebellious by nature here, they're still talking about their brand. It's a little wordy here. And Death Wish Coffee delivers a bold, full-bodied, yet smooth, flavorful brew that makes that will awaken your taste buds with an extra kick of caffeine to ignite your attitude. We use highest quality, fair trade, organic, Arabica, and Robusta beans and roast them to never bitter perfection. I really like this never bitter perfection. There's a couple of really great pieces of copy here. What I would prefer is if you guys punched it up with a bolded text to make it easier to skim. So really the point here is that we have full-bodied, never bitter, bold coffee. Cool. Now they have mugs up, mother functioners. It's kind of funny. I get that. And then again, more brand value. I do wish that they actually use this space to deliver a little bit of social proof, either a review count. I really like the idea of review counts right underneath the shop button. It's like 5,700 5-star reviews. It really helps really deliver the kind of adds a lot of weight. That's what I'm trying to say. Adds a lot of weight to your statements, especially on the homepage banner. Now, they do have coffees with a ton of reviews. This dark roast coffee has 4,100 reviews. So they could easily brag about their number of reviews somewhere around their brand positioning statements. So now they have the dark roast coffee, medium blue and berry coffee. So that one seems like a blueberry vanilla flavored one, and then espresso roast. So interesting couple of pieces. Now, I'm still looking through some of these. So these are the product drivers. So now I know that they roast these types of coffees. I wish that they just, instead of just listing, hey, dark, medium, special edition roast coffee, that they would drive a little bit more product drivers in here. So rather than just the bag products, they either were lifestyle photos or they would tell me a little more about the coffee that's underneath. So this could be either a recommendation label of recommended for starters, or most popular, or bestseller, or boldest flavor for adventurers, for rebels, for adventurers, for something else. So that would help deliver a little more product understanding and product value, helping decide on my journey. Coffee that slaps. I really like this. I mean, I think design-wise it's kind of a little bit big to read, but I like that. It's a big, bold statement again. Always from the highest quality beans, ruining other coffee since 2012. I like that. Always, again, brand statements, categorical brand statements like that, always sourced from highest quality beans. They need social proof or review counts or customer quotes or press mentions for you to really, for them to actually mean anything. Otherwise, they just kind of fall flat on flat ears. Handle your beans. So coffee culture underneath here, so a couple of blog posts. But overall, basically what I'm hearing is we sell coffee and we say it's bolder than everybody else, although a lot of brands kind of are in that spot. So I would recommend a little bit of differentiation. Okay, so let's say this. I like a good medium roast coffee. I like to roast my own, I would love to roast my own beans. I like to grind my own beans. Let's look for whole bean, awesome ground coffee. So we've got a product photo here. These arrows actually not super intuitive that these are arrows, but I do like that they have the back of it. So divinely strong coffee, rebellious by nature. Okay, it's not really, this is just brand statement again, not really product specific one. So I wish it gave me a little more of lifestyle photos about what is this brand about other than just skull and bones on the coffee. So a little bit of product copy here. So it delivers bold, full body, yet smooth flavor. Awaken your taste buds, extra kick of caffeine. 2-2, smooth, balanced, great. Start a subscription, select £2 or £5 options under the subscribe and save. So instantly it tells you the one that we've pre-selected for you doesn't actually come with a subscription, which is kind of annoying. And it's clearly important enough for them for this to be a call out under this call to action, but it does get buried here. So I would suggest pre-select the 2 or the 5. And yes, subscription eligible is a solid label, but I would also suggest pre-select subscribe and save in here if you are already, don't make me click this because I'm already basically buying a subscription. And I would offer different frequencies for the 5 and the 2 bag. And I really like that you guys highlighted the frequency differences instead of the price difference. Sometimes you see it subscribe and save frequency buttons that like the price is the same on every button and it's the biggest thing on the button. So 30, 60, 90. What I would prefer you actually do is offer different frequencies and also add a little bit of, add a recommended label or say, hey, I'm drinking coffee every day. I'm drinking 2-3 cups a day. I'm drinking 1 coffee daily, or I'm drinking a coffee very rarely, and help people decide on how often should they be getting it shipped. A little label like that recommended for daily, every 2 days, and you already have these design elements built, so I'd suggest roll with something like that. This choice here is really kind of odd. That I would pick this but not have pre-selected subscribe and save. I understand that some people want to buy a £5 bag on a one-time purchase, but if you really want to sell subscriptions, pre-select it. So that's what I would say. So overall though, this all seems pretty straightforward. Bold and balanced, naturally lighter, less acidic, nuanced. So they're telling me a little more about the coffee. Really, I don't even understand why I would subscribe, because here they say that it's eligible, but they're saying subscribe and save here, but they're not even telling me how much I'm saving. So that's really, really confusing or just not clear. I'm not seeing the value of subscribing because it does come with an added risk of forgetting about your order and missing a notification and getting a second order by accident. It's always something that customers are debating against. So what your job here is to make the subscription seem as risk-free as possible. A risk-free trial is something you want to say, cancel anytime, risk-free trial on your subscription options to sell them really, really well. So that's what I would say. It's not the best here. Not a lot of reasons to subscribe other than if I already know what the subscription does. It kind of does seem like a bit of an afterthought, I'll be honest. Now, however, obviously it's important to this brand because they have it as the number one button on their navigation tab. It's like, imagine walking into a store and the first aisle you see says subscriptions, and that's literally the first aisle you see. So it's got to be important. They think they want to get as many people to go down this avenue and this aisle as possible. However, I suspect that most people will actually be clicking shop first because we at the end of the day want to buy a product. As much as as much as we brag about subscriptions, and we do sometimes brag about subscriptions, but as much as we talk about subscriptions and emphasize the importance of subscriptions, subscription is not a product. I don't buy a subscription. I buy a product on subscription. So people generally shop by product. And subscription is just a way to upsell them, a different way to buy a product. It's an experience. You can sell it as an experience, but in this case, it is not. So, however, I'm imagining I'll find a few more pieces and reasons to subscribe if going through this funnel. So, let's click subscription here. Subscribe and save is what we have on this landing page. So this is just a standard landing page, a little bit of social proof, a little bit of benefits of why you want to do it. Subscribe and save, never run out of coffee, 10% on all orders, subscriber-only savings, early access to exclusive products, and more. So I like that. That I wish they explained on their product pages. And so if you scroll down a little bit further, you have subscription benefits, never run out, save each month, exclusive access, manage with ease. So these are pretty straightforward. The weird part is I wish they put cancel anytime a little bolder here because, again, making it easier for skimming, but also it's the biggest objection to most people is how easily can I cancel my subscription? Do I have to contact support? Cancel anytime generally busts a lot of those objections. And what I would recommend is highlighting that a little bolder. So making it super easily cancel anytime. Never run out, save each month, exclusive access. So now I'm like thinking, okay, well, if I save 10%, that makes a little more sense. And if I were to go down this path, and if I click choose subscription, what is it going to do for me here other than, it takes a second to load in, and now it takes me through a quiz. Now choose is subscription core, roast, or flavor. I wish they had a little more labeling on what is the difference. It's kind of minimalistic, which I actually really, really like about this flow, is that it's very simple. It doesn't give you 50 options, and it makes decisions pretty straightforward. So I don't want flavored coffee. I do like core roasts. I like bagged coffee. Choose your format. I want whole beans and medium, dark, or espresso. I want medium. How much do you want? 2 pounds or 5 pounds? So 15% off on the 2 pounds and 28% off on the 5 pound. It's a lot to try the first time, but you know what? I'll go with the 2 pounds because I don't know how much I love this coffee. I like to switch it up. 30, 60, 90. So I know that every 2 months, every 3. So I wish again that here they had labels a little more clearly explained on, hey, how often do I actually drink coffee? How much coffee would I need? Would I go through do I go through a bag a month? If I don't know, and I'm a pretty avid coffee drinker, I think it's a bag a month. I got a couple of different bags. Long story short, label that a little better. And that's it. And they give me this one coffee, medium roast, exactly what I expect, whole beans, 2 bag, and I actually really like that. When I click subscribe, it takes me straight to checkout. Yes. So that's actually a great flow because it's very simple. If you're thinking of implementing a subscription quiz, I would highly recommend take a look at these guys because it is very straightforward. They never ask you more than 3 options, and the options are very clearly labeled. So the end result is very much intuitive and consistent to what you would expect the end result would be. Great lessons, and yeah, great work. Cheers.